Swastiastu. Om Awignam Astu Namo Sidam. Dear honorable judges, committees, and also my beloved Hindu brothers and sisters. First of all, I would like to praise Ida Sang Hyang Widiwasa for his unconditional blessings that we are able to present here in this nice occasion peacefully. Today, I would like to present a Dharma Wacana entitled Growing Positivity in the Era of Social Media Through Bhakti Marga. Ladies and gentlemen, this pandemic has limited our physical interaction, but at the same time, it also shows us that human interaction is limitless. How? It takes the power of social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or anything else. I believe most people in this world have at least one social media application that they use to interact with people without any physical meetings. Talking about social media, it has grown into a huge part of our lives, that it affects our behavior and our mind. Some of us might realize that social media is a platform to unlock our privacy and set it free to public. But most of the posts and photos being shared are the reflections of joy, happiness, and pride. It seems like we are not allowed to express our sadness or our grief in the world of social media. A research from London Royal Society for Public Health has reported 70% increase in the case of anxiety and depression after the usage of social media within these past 25 years. The statistics showed us that social media has created pressure for people to fit into the society. Ladies and gentlemen, have we ever wondered where all of these pressures while living in the era of social media is coming from? It starts from our mind. Our mind is like a double-sided sword, as it can turn pressure into either motivation or stressor. Now it depends on ourselves whether to take it positively or let it harm us. Now, how can we stay positive while living in the era of social media as a Hindu? Born as Hindu, we believe in Ida Sang Hyang Widiwasa, that he creates this life and lives within us in form of Atman. However, how far is this belief implicated in our lifestyle? How many of us praying seriously to God in an unfortunate times and not taking it seriously when things just get better? We keep asking, we keep begging to God, but sometimes we forget to thank God for everything He has given to us. Little do we know, through coming to God sincerely at any time, He will give us more than we ever ask for. Because sincere devotion to God will eventually lead us to peaceful and joyful life. And the practice is called Bhakti Marga. The word Bhakti is rooted in the word Bhaj, which means love and compassion, while Marga means the way. Therefore, Bhakti Marga is a way to connect ourselves to God through sincere devotion based upon our love and compassion to God. According to Bhagavata Purana, chapter 7, verse 5.23, there are 9 ways that we can do to implement Bhakti Marga in our daily lives. Nawa Vida Bhakti. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasham Sakyam Atmani Vedanam. But today, we will only talk about the 3 simple ones: Shravanam, Kirtanam, and Smaranam. These 3 are the simple ones because we can practice it effortlessly without needing additional resources, nor disturbing our daily lifestyle, and we can also practice it with our smartphones. First one, Shravanam. Shravanam is a devotion through listening to stories or tales of God. The more we listen, the more we believe that God present in our lives. As millennials and Generation Z, we are very familiar with podcasts, which has grown massively during this pandemic. And as a way to practice Shravanam in our daily lives, we can try to add those religious podcasts, religious speech, religious discussion into our favorite playlists on Spotify or YouTube. And we can try to start listening to those right before bed to help calm our mind after a busy day and help us sleep better. Second one, Kirtanam. Kirtanam is a devotion through singing or chanting to the names or words of God. As we chant the mantras, the vibration will activate the chakras in our body, especially Ajna chakra, which is responsible in maintaining our focus, our concentration, and also set all the stress away. Now, whenever we feel stressed out of our lives, try to chant the names of God anytime, anywhere, and believe that things will get better. Ladies and gentlemen, through listening and singing to the words or names of God, our subconscious mind have already started to remember God. And it is related to our third point for today, Smaranam, remembering the greatness of God. The practice of Smaranam can be even easier by answering these questions. Have you feel grateful today? If you do, what are the three things you're thankful for today? Take some time to remember that all of those things happen by the greatness of God, simply by saying, Astungkara, for all the good things that happen in our lives, and Om Awignam Astu Namasidam, in the beginning of our daily activities to let God guides along our way. After all, the practice of Smaranam can be very easily applicable in our daily lives. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been listening, singing, and remembering things for our entire lives. Now that we know similar practices can lead us closer to God, then it should not be very complicated to follow. It's just now we are start nourishing positivity by putting God in our daily activities. Also, living in the era of social media with smartphones sticking in our hands 24/7, we must be smarter than our devices. How many hours do we actually spend our time scrolling on social media? Perhaps 1 to 3 hours in a day. Now, compare the numbers to how long do we actually use our smartphone as a tool to connect ourselves to God. Most likely, less than 30 minutes in a day. Technology does make our life easier, including connecting ourselves to God. Now, we can try to use our smartphones as a tool to connect ourselves to God, especially by practicing Bhakti Marga, the three simple ones, Shravanam, Kirtanam, and Smaranam. Practicing Bhakti Marga on a daily basis will help nourishing positivity from within ourselves. And as a growing mindset, it will lead us to peaceful and joyful life. So ladies and gentlemen, let this growing positivity be our shield to cope in the era of social media that happen to be our new way to interact during this pandemic. Om Santi, 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 Om.